Welcome to Entrepreneurs Lounge, the show that highlights success stories of young Kenyan entrepreneurs under the age of 40 who are making it in their different business ventures. We're filming at the beautiful Dotash exclusive furniture in Westlands on Parklands Road. Dotash is your one-stop shop for all your furniture needs. Now today is an all-female show and I'm very excited because my two guests are very brilliant, amazing ladies who are doing unbelievable things in their very different fields of work. My first guest is Anne Mwaniki, CEO of Phil Mirage. So Anne, Phil Mirage, tongue twister. Tell me about how you came up with this name and what do you do as Phil Mirage?
Okay, we came up with the name. Somebody just said Raj, and we thought, oh my God, that sounds so nice. Then we added the word family in front of it, and we took a few syllables, and it came up to be Phil Mirage Events.
It had a nice ring to it.
Yes, it had a nice ring to it. So Phil Mirage Events offers management and production services. When we say event management, this is where we come and help you manage your event. It also involves the organizing, where you can actually tell us this is the event that you want and we can help you organize it. Event production is where we come up with, we can come up with the idea for you and then we help you produce it until fruition, until it's done. We deal with the different kind of events, from corporate events, life events, religious events, and entertainment events. When I say life events, I mean weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, death anniversaries. We will help you plan your event. And we also do event crowd management. This is where if you need a crowd for an event, or even you can bring in security for your event. And then our last service is event market research. This is where you have an event idea, but you don't know if it's viable. So you come to us and you ask us to do a market research in terms of that event. Then we can tell you at the end, this is viable, these are the numbers you would expect, and this is what you would gain from doing that event.
So you're in events organization and management. So you would think it's obvious, but who's your clientele? And my question is, do you mainly deal with the large events, or if I'm someone who's trying to plan a tiny birthday party, is it the over-the-top events, or even just explain to us exactly who you target as Phil Mirage?
Okay, we target both big events and small events. So someone actually come and tell us we are having our 25th marriage anniversary, and we'd actually do that event because at Phil Mirage, we say where dreams come true. So basically, we always want our customer to feel that I have had an event with Phil Mirage Events and I can forever remember it because it's an awesome experience. It doesn't matter how big it was or how small it was. Everyone is welcomed to our doors. We will partner with other event planners to ensure that you get the best service possible. Yes.
How did Phil Mirage come to be? How did the idea come to you? How did that concept come to you? Did you have a bad experience with management? How did you give birth to Phil Mirage?
Well, when I finished my graduate program in the year 2014, and I got to the job searching activities, it was a tricky affair. And I sat down and I was like, well, I have certain abilities that I really do well. Why can't I use these abilities to create something that will create employment for me and also create it for other youth? So I singled out my abilities for planning because I can plan things quite well. So when I singled out that ability, I was like, okay, so which field can I apply this and actually gain from it and gain satisfaction? So I brought in I am very creative, so I brought that in and I was like, oh, let me check out the event industry. So I actually did market research. I just didn't jump into the business or into the industry. I went in and I took another year to actually do an event planner certification study. So I decided, let me get all I can because this is new. It's not that somebody was doing it in the family or this is a new venture. So I went in, I got the certification, and from there now I went in and also researched how do you start a business, or what do you need, how does a business plan look like. So I followed all the steps And I started running in 2015.
Wow. You mentioned that one of the main reasons why you decided to start Phil Mirage is because after you graduated, looking for work was a tricky affair. Have you tried your hand out at employment?
I have actually tried out my hand at employment.
Tell me about that and how maybe that has helped in your current business today.
Okay, I have been employed at different places. Most recently, I've been employed as a business development manager. And I believe that was one of those opportunities you get that I think I was being thrown into. Because when it comes to business development management, you learn a lot about marketing, advertising, branding, and how to run a team. Because you have a team and someone has employed you to develop their business. So from that I learned about marketing, I learned about branding, I learned what steps do you need to take in a business to help it grow. It was a learning experience for me that I've taken those lessons and put them in my business. And I always say if I get an opportunity to actually do something that actually grows my business, because you never stop learning. As a business owner, the dynamic for entrepreneurship is just huge. So you have to keep on your toes, you have to keep learning, you have to keep understanding your market, you have to keep understanding what trends are changing so that you can grow, because you don't just want to run a business that doesn't bring profit. Yes.
You mentioned that you're a very creative person, which is one of the reasons why even it works for you in the field that you're in. And you mentioned that you also got certification so you can fully understand what you're doing. How much does passion and just having a complete grasp of the trade that you're in, how key, how important is it? Or can you go in and just learn on the job? What would be your take on that?
I'll say learn on the job and still have passion, because the importance of passion is that you wake up every day and even though you don't feel like do it, you'll actually do it because it's something that is in you. Because for us, the achievement is actually seeing the smile at the end of the wedding when a bride says, "That was so beautiful, thank you." Or someone says, "Thank you for helping me as I grieve, you took off the load. I didn't need to go and plan all the issues, And they're just happy and grateful. That is an achievement to us. But you can't do that if you don't have passion, because people have different personalities. And in our job, you have to deal with people. Right. Yeah. So different personalities, different temperaments. People will be rude. People will act out because maybe you're not seeing eye to eye. So you might get really pissed off or tired as fast, and then it involves long hours. So you have to actually be involved from the heart, and you always learn. With every event, you learn something new. Yes.
Phil Mirage, you mentioned, started in 2015. It's 2019, you're still here. 2019, it has been a journey. I want you to talk to me about this journey in terms of challenges and greatest lessons learned.
Wow, the challenges, I believe I have not yet met a youth who has told me that the number one challenge is finances. Finding capital for your business as a youth in Kenya is not an easy task. You really have to go out there and find out what opportunities are open for you. Well, for me, I did go out there and find what opportunities are open for me to find the funds. But what I did is I took on employment opportunities. I made the sacrifice that whatever I got from my employment, or because I've actually not mentioned, before I even finished school, I used to hook earrings in school and tell people, "Yeah, I'm selling earrings," and then the profit I'll put maybe into the documents we'd print in school. So I didn't start the entrepreneurship just spirit.
It dates back.
Yeah, it dates back. So you have to make sacrifices to get that funding for yourself, especially if you cannot be able to reach the funding that is accessible, because government does give funding for different business opportunities. And the facing criticism as a youth, you'll always face criticisms because, well, you're a youth and there's this stereotyping issue. And on top of that, if you're a woman, you're youth, you're woman. So it's like the world is against you already. Therefore, you have to stand firm. You have to be like, professional when you're doing your job, so that someone can see, oh, this is someone who can deliver. It doesn't matter about the age. This is somebody who's ready to maintain ethics, is ready to provide the effectiveness on the job. And my final challenge has been when it's time to recruit.
Right.
Yeah, you're a first-time recruiter. So you have not done this job of recruiting, and you need to find the right talent. You know, this is something yours. Of course you want the best team.
Of course.
Yeah. So you have to find the right talent, and recruiting is not an easy task. No employer would ever tell you that recruiting is an easy task, because you're measuring somebody after maybe 5 interviews. You really don't know them. You get to know them on the job. Yeah. So you face a lot of people come in with great CVs, and then when it's time to deliver, there's nothing.
I just feel like it's really, really impressive that just right from the start, you didn't confirm. You're trying to look for a job. It's not really working out. You decide to start your own thing. You're faced with obstacles. You stick with it. And here you are. It's really, really, really amazing. We're going to keep having a conversation. But right now, we'll take a really, really quick break. But we'll be right back with more of Entrepreneurs Lounge. Welcome back to Entrepreneurs Lounge. Now, my next guest, her business is really, really out of the box, and I feel like I will not do it any justice if I introduce it myself. However, all I'll tell you is her name is Millicent Aoko. She runs an online business. I'll let her give you the details just so she can do her business the justice it deserves. You're welcome, Millicent.
Thank you.
We're very, very happy to have you on Entrepreneurs Lounge. So the name of your business is JATS. I'm very, very interested in knowing why JATS and what exactly it is that you do.
JATS is my business name. I just came up with it.
Does it mean anything? Is it anything in line with what you do? Like, what was the thought behind?
I thought like JATS general because I do male stuff, kids stuff, lady stuff.
So it just made sense to call the business JATS. I can understand that. So to get down into the nitty-gritties, as JATS, what do you do?
Okay, for my business, I downloaded this app. It's called Alibaba. In Alibaba app, when you download it, there are many clients there who post their products. So I go there, I check their products, I check their prices. Where the prices are fair, I pick the products. I post them on my page, so my clients will like the products. Then they'll have to pay the FOB money for the booking of the products. I'll send to the clients. The clients will release the goods to the agent. We have an agent where the agent will verify everything, the sizes, the colors of the goods, yeah, everything. Then the goods are transferred to okay, we take our goods from China, then from there, the goods are shipped to Kenya.
So I want to talk about the aspects of how you make your money, but first I want to fully understand your business model. So what you do is basically you're a middleman. You fund the goods, you work with an agent, you get the customer here, and you make sure the good gets to the customer. That's really, really, really brilliant, because right now we're seeing a lot of e-commerce. A lot of the business is going online. A lot of people are getting whatever they need online. However, how did you end up here in this business? How did you come up with this idea of doing this?
Okay, first, I was employed, but it didn't work the first time. The second time try was I got employed. I worked for like 3 years.
When you say it didn't work, what does this mean? Like you didn't like the terms, your boss sucked? Like what does this mean?
No, like for me, I'm into business. Back in the college when I was doing my course, I used to stay with my sister. So there's this time when like my sister was so much held up with her stuffs. So it was like she accommodates me, I shouldn't be asking her for fare and all that, my stuffs. So I started selling eggs at school. I used to wake up in the morning, I prepare eggs, I go with them to school. So I started with 200 bob. I bought 20 eggs. I sold them, all of them that day. I got 400 bob. I came back, I bought. Yeah, that's how I grew until I finished my course. So after school, I got employed, and I was like, the office staff wasn't working for me. Like I just wanted the field stuff. Yeah.
But out of all the businesses out there in the world, because like Anne, you could have decided to come up with Phil Mirage. How did you end up with Jats? Like, how did you decide, you know what, let me deal with Alibaba? How did you zero in on that business?
I just come up with it. Yeah, I used to like go to Kikomba times, buy some tops, sell to my friends.
And then you realize that there's a bigger there's a bigger agent base out there with better quality. Makes sense. So from when you started up to where you are today, what have been your greatest challenges when it comes to running your business?
Okay, someone can't give you her money if they're not sure if they're going to get their products or not. There are so many online businesses which have come up and many are not real. So someone giving you his money or her money, it's really tricky. They can't really have to build that trust in them.
So how have you managed to forego that challenge? Because it's a real one, like you said, there are so many online businesses, all of which could even be dealing in the same thing. So how do you manage to rise up? How do you manage to stick out and then, and make people come to you as opposed to going to the next person?
Okay, I built their trust when the first cargo reached in Kenya. I started with my close friends. When it reached and we took the pictures, we posted them, our happy clients and all that. Then people started flowing in. Yeah, we started building that trust. Okay, they only pay the FOB, they don't pay for the freight. Now when the cargo has reached Kenya, it's now when they release the freight money.
So how do you make money then? Because you have to pay the agent, you have to pay the person who's selling the clothes, then you have to pay for the freight.
Exactly.
So how do you make it work? How do you make ends meet?
My profit, I get it through I negotiate with a client, with a supplier. So with the supplier, he'll give me on discount. Yeah.
In the long term, 10 years from now, where would you like to see your business?
I want to have my own company. I want to have a bigger company. I want to be a competitor to Jumia. Yeah, if I may say.
So then what have been your greatest lessons? You know what I mean? In terms of your entrepreneurship journey, what are some of the things that have happened where you've picked lessons and now, when they say when you know better, you do better. So it has helped in the progression of your business.
I've been in the marketing field and also I've done marketing course. So in marketing field, we meet customers with many different views. The ones who trust in the product, the ones who give negative answers. Yeah.
Who's your mentor? The one person that keeps you going, the person you look up to, the one who has inspired you, who you feel in a way has been very, very crucial and beneficial to your entrepreneurship journey?
My mom.
Tell me more.
Okay, my mom, she's one outstanding woman. Yeah. She's a teacher and she always tells us to be focused. Even if you have everything, you should always be focused and never let anything bring you down as a woman. Yeah.
So you mentioned that one of the biggest challenges that as an entrepreneur, especially in your field of work that you go through, is mistrust, lack of trust. Someone won't pay ahead unless they know for sure their goods are going to get there. So what are some of the other things? You know what I mean? What are some of the other challenges that you face?
At times you may ask for the FOB money, but when the cargo reaches the airport, when they measure the weight, it exceeds the money that you paid. So you have to dig deep down in your pocket and get another money to facilitate the cargo to reach Kenya. So you go a loss at times.
Young entrepreneurs out there who are trying to venture into the same field as you are, or even a different field from what you're doing, but they're just trying to venture into business, and you've already had your hand at this, what advice would you give them? 1, 2, 3, 4. What would you tell them? Do this, don't do that, the do's and the don'ts when it comes to business.
I'll tell them that the first thing is focus. You should know what you want in life, and they should choose right. Don't just do anything because someone is doing it. No, you should have passion for that thing that you're going for. Yeah.
Would you ever try out your hand at employment again?
I may, yes.
Why? Because I feel like this is working for you. What are some of the amazing things or the good things that you feel like the take-homes when you are in employment that you feel like were very vital even right now as you're doing business? What were some of those things that you feel like you can get from employment that may not necessarily be present when it comes to entrepreneurship?
That teamwork.
Break it down.
You know, when you're working together as a team, you share ideas. Someone brings a different idea, you bring a different idea, you collect them together and you come up with a big idea. Yeah.
I know you mentioned you want to have your own company and just really put Jumia out of business. However, do you have any other dreams for diversification? Like, what are your other dreams for business? Do you have other, or is it just now this online business that you're looking at? Because a lot of entrepreneurs, when they start something and it works, then they want to go into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your visions in line with business?
Okay, I want to come up with a different business, like maybe open a restaurant. Yeah, that's what is in my mind for now.
Why restaurants?
You know, in business, we're going for money.
Right. Oh, it's the money. There's good business there. No matter what you do, you always have to eat. So really, the restaurant business does make sense. You really, really are doing amazing things and tapping into the online sector, because that's where a lot of things are going. That's really brilliant, and I really, really wish you all the best. We have the most exciting segment of Entrepreneurs Round, the Quickfire Round. It's now time for the very, very exciting Quickfire Round, and in this round, the way it works, Anne and Millicent, is I ask 5 random general business questions out of the box, nothing that you'll expect. And you have 5 seconds to answer these questions. At the end of the round, the person with the highest correct answers is the winner. All the best. Good luck. You can do this. So, question number 1, quick fire. What was the airline of the year 2017-2018?
Singapore Airlines.
Singapore Airlines, right. A point to Millicent. 1 point to Millicent. The airline of the year 2017-2018 was Singapore Airlines. You need to catch up, and you need to catch up. Quickfire question number 2. What's the world's highest paying sport? I'll repeat it. Quickfire question number 2. What's the world's highest paying sport?
NBA.
Yes, NBA, it's basketball. Wow, guys, I feel like someone snuck you my questions. The world's highest paying sport is the NBA, which is basketball. Question number 3. Who is the highest paid female sports personality in the world? Who is the highest paid female sports personality in the world? I'll give you a clue. She plays lawn tennis.
Serena Williams.
Yes! A point for the both of you because you answered at the same time. So 2 points for Millicent, 2 points for Anne. This is where now we have to break the tie. Quickfire question number 4. What is the highest grossing movie of all time? I'll take that again. What is the highest grossing movie of all time?
Is it so?
No. Millicent, try to give it a chance. It's one of those 3D animated, that's a clue, movies. 5 seconds, guys. It was really, really talked about. Okay, your time's up. The highest grossing movie of all time is Avatar. Could you have guessed? Final question and the tiebreaker question, or else we'll go home with a tie. Who is the world's highest paid actor? Not actress, actor. Who is the world's highest paid actor? Very handsome, silver hair, Caucasian.
Sutherland.
You can do this, guys. I can't give you any more clues because then it will be most recently got married to a lawyer. Oh. George Clooney. Guys. Fine, guys. For the first time ever, we don't have a winner for our quickfire round. So we have a tie. You're both the winners of this quickfire round. That's all we had for you on the Quickfire round. We're filming at the beautiful and amazing Daughter's Exclusive Furniture in Westlands on Parklands Road. That's all I had for you on Entrepreneurs Lounge. I'm your host, Ingrid Nantege. And to be part of the conversation, you can send your feedback and comments to our social media handles at Metropol TVKE on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.